We have a very powerful identity when we talk about creativity in Brazil. We have a specific way to do things. And I'd like to share with you guys here the experience to take part in the last 6 years of this huge, and actually is considered the most complex visual identity in the world, is Olympic and Paralympic identities. And the challenge was to establish the connection between this logo, this identity, the Olympics icons is too strong, is the non-commercial brand most expensive in the world, with this dress, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And how to find a specific identity to represent this meeting, this encounter. And I was in Bangkok last week, and I did a lecture there, and one journalist made one, sorry about my English, asked question about if I could find one word that could represent our way to organize the Olympics in Rio, which word was this one? And I said to her, Borogodó. Borogodó is a very complex, do you know what is Borogodó? I love trying to explain for foreign what means Borogodó. Borogodó is the way that the Brazilians do things in general, because we have some specific way to do things. And I think that if you could, I don't know who had the opportunity to stay in Rio during the Olympics, but I think that was easy to feel this Borogodó in the streets, in the Olympics arenas and everything, and everywhere. And I think that the beginning of everything was this essence behind the identity, this passion and transformation. Passion is something that is really, it's really common in everything that we do in Brazil. I don't know why exactly, but I believe that this is part of our mixed culture with all kinds of colors and religions and music and everything together. When you shake it, we have passion, like one of the pillars that we use to do everything, and passion to transform the reality. And this was the essence of that we received from that girl that is there, Betty Lula. We worked together in the same airport, taking the same flight, and I invited her to come here. She was the brand director from the Rio 2016 committee, and she was our client during this whole process. And she gave us this passion transformation, like the essence of what this brand should represent. And we create around this the other ingredients, and trying to put there the main ingredients to guarantee this Borogodó. So we brought harmonious diversity, because we are a mixed country, but more than this, we love this. Our creativity comes from this mix, like I said, and we have for example, Copacabana Beach or Ipanema Beach, like a amazing example how we can put together people from everywhere in the same place. And the second one is the exuberant nature that we have in Brazil, in Rio especially. This is part of our essence, and this brand should represent this nature for sure. The third one is the spirit, Olympic spirit, that should bring the excellence in everything that would be produced with this identity. Should be excellent, should be really well done. And the last one, in my opinion, the most important of these four pillars, is the contagious energy that we have in our country, in our people, the way that we receive all of the foreigners in our country, always with a hug. I remember in the day when we launched the logo, I met Jacques Hogg, that was the president of IOC in that moment, And he told me, Fred, I think that the brand, the Olympic brand is perfect because I used to travel around the world, and Rio, especially in Rio, but in Brazil in general, but especially in Rio, is the only place where I am always received with a hug. And this is particular in our house. And this tool, this strategic tool, is a kind of compass that was present in all of the desks of more than 500 people inside of the Rio 2016 committee, that was used like a compass to guarantee consistency between all of the expressions of this identity. So it's a dream project for sure, for all kinds of creative consultants or strategic consultants. And this was the room where we received the briefing from Betty Lula and her team. There was there more than 400 people, more than 139 different agencies fighting for the same project. And I remember when I arrived there and I looked at so many people inside of the room, and I thought, come on guys, let's give up because it's impossible to win this project. And 139 becomes 87, 87 becomes 25, and 25 becomes 8. And in the end of the process, we won this competition. And it was really complex because our brand didn't have one single target. Our target was the entire world. And this is very complex when we talk about brands in general, because you need to open a lot your deliveries, and it's really complex. And this is the list of 12 different attributes that this brand should represent. Reflect the local culture, avoid stereotypes, be innovative, be aligned with the Olympic values, inspire and thrill, be dynamic, be happy, reflect the She's the girl that designed this whole list, and it's very complex to find one symbol that could really synthesize these 12 things. And we did more than 50 different logos until to get in this one is I think that more than everything is a human brand that represents this contagious energy that we have there. And I think that the result comes directly from the strategy that we decided to use that put all of our team, more than 100 people in our offices in Rio and São Paulo, to work together in a very, very collaborative way. And everybody gave their better energy, creative energy for this solution. And like I said, it's more than everything a human brand. And a choice that we did that I think that was really important was to propose a three-dimensional England, because we live in a very sculpture city, and it would make a lot of sense to have a sculpture logo for a sculpture city. And it was a big risk because actually this is the first one in the history of the Olympics, and they could love or they could hate. But we decided to go in this direction because it makes a lot of sense for us. And we brought the main postcard, the most famous postcard in Rio, in Brazil, is the Sugar Love. And the shape of the logo is exactly the same shape of the Sugar Love, the same curves. And it's complicated because Sugar Love is a like an icon. There are thousands of logos with this inspiration behind, and you try to find an original way to use the same source of inspiration in an original way. And it was really special, everything. The launch was amazing, Copacabana's beach with more than 2 million people. And I was really nervous and worried about this moment because before this moment, in 2011, only 150 people would see the identity in that moment. The entire world would see it, and I was worried, come on, oh my God, in a big flag, in a more than 1,500 square meters above the people in 40 degrees Celsius in Rio de Janeiro, and I was imagining people pressing the flag because they were so. but people loved it. People started to dance, and behind the flag, and in that moment, the logo started to move itself, like we imagined it, and I, in that moment, oh my God, I think that they like it. It was really complicated. But the best part was like people in general, simple people, could see themselves in the identity. This was the best part. Normal people, simple people. I remember once I was in a slum in Brazil. I was visiting this slum, and a community leader told me, "Come on, Fred, I understood your logo." "Oh, okay, really? Go ahead. Explain, please, your perception." "Oh, it's easy to see. It's the three forces. Three forces. Go ahead." "Yeah, we have the people, we have the companies, and the public power in a big hug to change the country and the city." You know, exactly what was imagined. Yeah, because people started to see meanings that we really didn't put there consciously. It's just part of the creative process. It was amazing. People started to do these. This was an Olympic Park, the big sculpture, and people were trying to make the hug and everything. And this is the logotype. It's very complicated. We did more than 150 different logos to get in this one with the curves of Rio. That could be, because it's complex when you talk about the Olympics identity, because many times you have the symbol and the logotype together. In this moment, the logotype must be not the star, the second layer, and the symbol must be the protagonist. But in many situations, you don't have the symbol. You have just the logotype. In that moment, the logotype must be so it was important to find a graphic solution that could be flexible for these many thousands of situations. This is one of the creations of the Betilula's team in Brazil. She had her own team inside of the 2016 committee that using that compass, that brand direction, that strategic tool, developed thousands of applications. And this is the medals and the coins in Brazil. It was crazy to receive the exchange in a bakery and have the logo that we created was something special and very emotional. Thousands of products, stamps. And this is some images that we captured from the TVs and around the world. The identity being used for everybody and all the sports and small details like in the ball we have in 2016. It's crazy. It's something really crazy. Many different applications. In Rio, like a scenario is amazing because the cyclism and many other sports outdoor with the background and fantastic different situations, and it was beautiful. And another interesting stuff was to have this sculpture, this small sculpture, like a second prize for the athletes. All of the athletes that received medals received this small sculpture instead of the flowers. And the flowers is much more expensive and less sustainable. It's amazing, but it's true. And this is a gift that people stay and keep with them, like a signal, like a synthesis of this energy and this hug that everybody perceived in Rio. And many people give the tattoos with the logo. This is crazy for a designer. It's a logo that people put their hand at their bodies, like Neymar or Barbara is the keeper of the Brazilian football selection, and the other guy from the Paralympic. And the energy of people there was amazing. Brazilians torcendo, how can I say torcendo? Cheering a lot, and it was crazy. And in the end of the day, after the whole bad news before, everybody liked it, everybody really had an amazing experience. And this Michael Phelps saying, thank you, Rio, and this was great for us. And the second moment we had in 2011, after the success of the launch of the Olympics, we received a call from Tatil again, invited us to create directly without other bid the Paralympic identity. And IPC would love the creation of the Olympics logo, and suggested to Rio 2016 committee to invite us to create this second one, and it was a big responsibility to create a second one, a second logo, and especially when you have behind the Paralympic movement this essence, the spiriting movement, we should create a symbol that could represent more than bodies, but the energy that these guys have. These athletes are amazing. We learned a lot with them, and we had another big list with 13 different attributes, and we decided to put there another one, the number 14, that this brand should be a multisensorial brand, multisensorial look, because you have a multisensorial target. Blind people, deaf people, people without hands, the idea was using the universal design like a base, create something that everybody would try. And we put inside of this, we create a kind of sound texture, mixing the sound of heartbeat and the sound of people inside of stadium, like, and getting closer of the sculpture, the heart start beating faster, and when you touch it, happens some resonance like something. This is a very domestic video that I did with my iPhone. This is the light inside, and I'm getting closer, and we had amazing opportunity to see the athletes interacting.
Esse vai se aproximando, vai acelerando, começando a batendo.
Yes. This is an idea. It's a heart with an infinite symbol that represents the infinite energy that these guys have to get me out of the body, to come out of the body. And this was in the lounge. We have a blind athlete trying the first time.
Acho que todos que trabalharam nessa marca, né, teve essa ideia, né, de colocar o som, pulsar ali com o coração. Eu coloquei a mão ali, eu comecei a pensar na minha história como atleta, e não aguentei segurar a emoção.
It was amazing because she said that 20 years like athlete, it was the first time where you could try the symbol that represents her own life. Because always the logos are flat, are just print. And so after that, the last chapter, I promise, is the ceremony, the Paralympic ceremony. I was invited to be one of the creative directors from the Paralympic opening and closing ceremony with Vic Muniz and Marcelo being inspired. And it was an amazing experience. For 2 years, 2.5 years, we worked hard. Big team of more than 500 people from different countries. It's interesting. We learned a lot with the foreigners, and they used to say it's Olympics gypsy, because they used to travel around the world doing the ceremonies, because it's so particular project that they need to use this experience. And we created a ceremony very emotional, trying to bring the main attributes and the main contents that we would like to spread around the world about the Paralympic movement. The heart was again here, and we had the opportunity to make the Maracanã becomes a big heart, and people shaking their hands like ta 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 ta, and the lights and everything together. And we decided to bring the athletes in the beginning of the ceremony, just 20 minutes after the start of the ceremony, because they are the stars of everything, and they should be there to watch the ceremony. And each delegation brings one piece of puzzle, and Vicky Muniz created this piece of art directly there. And in the last piece, the Brazilian's piece, when he puts there, the heart was shaped there, and the heart started to beat, and it was amazing. And this is the Egitos, and this was a important moment where we explored the name is Beyond Vision. We talked about the other senses. It's so important in Paralympic movement. And this was amazing. It's an American athlete, a Paralympic athlete from Winter. She's a snowboarder. And she, in this segment, was talking about the relationship between technology and the human beings, and how we are going in a direction where these frontiers are going to be much more with blur. We don't, probably in some years, we're going to lose the perception between what is a human in us, and this is very dedicated perspective, and what is technology. And she danced with this robot. It's a KUKA, it's an automotive robot. And she changed their legs in the middle of the choreography to perform better. And it was amazing, and everything was great. And just to finish, I have a short video here with 3 minutes about the best moments of the ceremony.